News on fire alert right now. A small fire burning in Jefferson County. It's about 4 or 5 acres so far near the Platte River Campground. The fire near the small community of Oxio, Colorado. We have Jefferson County Sheriff spokesman Mark Techmeyer on the phone. Mark, thanks for being with us. Tell us what you know at this point.
Well, the fire started just after 1 o'clock. About 1:10 we got the call, and it was caused by a downed power line. Currently about 4 acres to 5 acres in size, and we have 3 different agencies out there working the fire: North Fork Fire, Elk Creek, and the U.S. Forest Service. And currently we're hopeful that we'll get a hold of this thing.
And certainly it's so dangerous out there right now with the winds as gusty as they are. Anything additional that you're doing to compensate for the bad conditions out there?
Well, the challenge has been our wind lately for sure, and we saw it with the lower North Fork fire. So we're hoping that we can direct the fire at least into an area where there's less fuel and have some success that way. Right now, they're not asking for additional resources on the fire, so that's good news in itself.
Mark, a couple of questions. One, is that fire moving toward the river, and are there any structures around that area? Well,
I know that there were 3 residences near the fire that were, the residences were contacted by a Jeffco deputy. Outside of that, I don't know of any structures that are currently threatened. The direction of the fire right now, I was being told, is more of a north direction, but it's supposed to be heading towards the old Oxio burn area where the fuel is minimal. So if that actually plays out that way, it would be to everyone's benefit, and the thing would pretty much shut itself down.
And Mark, not too far away from the Hayman burn area either.
No, you know, we've had our share here, and there's a couple of those burn areas down there.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark Techmeyer, for joining us on the phone, and please check back with us when you get more information.
Meteorologist Matt Megan's going to join us now.
Matt, real concern out there about this fire, again, because of the high winds.
Everybody's noticing those winds too, Teresa. There's a red flag warning because of the strong winds and how dry we are. Some of the wind gusts out there, 41 miles an hour in Denver. Down closer to the fire, we're talking more like the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. Let me get you a little bit closer to the fire area. That's down closer to Deckers, and that's just north of Deckers, and right along the river there are multiple campgrounds around in there, and just a little bit to the south of Waterton Canyon. There is the fire north of Deckers. Right at the fire location happens to be a perfectly placed weather station. That weather station is measuring winds of about 33 miles per hour right now, so certainly not ideal, but not nearly as strong as what we're feeling across the rest of the plains. 49 miles an hour in Colorado Springs, 38 in Greeley. 30s and 40s up in the high country. Now I'm stripping the numbers away, just showing you the colorized strongest wind areas. That's going to be statewide at 5 o'clock. As we go forward in time towards tomorrow morning, I'll pause at 7 a.m. The winds get much lighter at this point. That's great news that we'll have a calmer weekend ahead, but definitely a cooler weekend. These winds are coming along with a system that's going to cool us down and may bring a touch of some moisture to portions of the state. We'll have the full forecast with Futurecast in just a few minutes.
Gosh, we sure hope so, Matt. We'll check back with you. Thanks.
We're going to bring in right now Danny Brennan. He's with the South Platte Outfitters. And Danny, where are you right now, and what have you seen?
I'm about 3 miles from the fire. It's north of my place. There were some pretty good plumes earlier. Nothing right now.
Are you, have you been up close to the fire, or are you seeing it from a distance?
Yeah, I went down and took a look at it. It's about maybe the most 2 acres in size, but it's just spot fires inside of that 2 acre perimeter. Most of it's burning up an old burn area from the Oxio fire a couple of years ago.
And Danny, it's real windy down here. What are you seeing up there in terms of the wind and how that's impacting things?
It's howling, but it's howling from the southwest. So it's moving the fire north, away from Deckers, away from structures.
And is that more toward the river where it might just burn itself out?
No, it's on the other side of the river, moving away from the river.
Okay. But in an area that's already been burned, not a lot of fuel in that area.
Yeah, no, right next to it is. And it looked like there was a leg that was trying to get up into the old growth. But it looks like the tanker jumped on that right away. They got a couple of truck tankers down there. And it looks like they caught that right away. The rest of it's just going up the old burn.
Well, good news that they're jumping on it. And Danny, we appreciate you checking in with us. That's Danny Brennan. And Danny, if you or any of you out there have pictures of this fire, of course, we are always looking for my reporters to send out pictures. So send us your pictures. We have sent a crew about an hour and a half or so ago. They are setting up out there. As soon as we have pictures and more information, we'll bring it to you.